Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching Good Gear, and in this video I am going to give you my first impressions of the latest Remedy game, Control. If you know anything about Remedy, you'll know that one of their bigger, more notable titles is Alan Wake. This game sort of handles like that. Obviously it's not a big open foresty world like Alan Wake was, and this is more linear and confined. You're in a huge sort of corporate building called the Oldest House. Basically you show up, you're looking for your brother, and things go awfully wrong. This outbreak happens called the Hiss, which is a really cool name by the way. I think it's like some paranormal entities that can possess people, so you're basically fighting these guys through this building while you're looking for your brother, and you have telekinetic powers. That's it in a nutshell without giving too much away, and it's pretty cool and it works well. The environmental damage is really good in this game, really realistic. Because you have telekinetic powers, you have a couple of things you can do. So one thing is you can sort of like pull objects to you using your mind and then fling them out at enemies, and it's all done with quite realistic looking physics. And you know, like as things are pulling towards you, I've noticed like if there's an enemy in your line in the path I don't know what way to describe it. If there's an enemy in the path of the oncoming object you're pulling towards you with your telekinetic powers, it will hit that enemy. It registers as a hit, and then you can fling it back out, so you're basically getting like a double tap, which is kind of cool. You can also rip up the ground and just have like loose bits of concrete in front of you and use them as a makeshift shield. The weapon is one gun. So far I've only played a couple of hours and it's been the same gun so far, and it's going to be the same gun throughout the game from what I've heard, but it morphs into a couple of different variations. So you have a long range, short range, you have burst fire, things like that, so it keeps the gameplay fresh enough that you're not just using one gun. Technically it is, but it has a couple of different firing styles. The one thing I don't like though is it has unlimited ammo and a cooldown. I don't really like cooldowns on guns, but that's just a personal preference thing. As I've been playing it, I've been getting used to it more, so it's not a huge gripe for me at the moment. So moving on, another thing, the story, it seems really good so far. The little cutscenes, the way that you could be walking down a hall and suddenly you get this vision in front of you of like a silhouette of a man, and then like his face close up layered on top of it. It's very trippy and creepy. It would almost remind you of like a David Lynch style film or TV show. So yeah, it seems pretty good. I don't fully know what's going on yet, other than you're looking for your brother and this demonic or otherworldly supernatural sort of species, the Hiss, are coming out and infecting people in the Oldest House, and they're basically trying to contain it within this building, the Oldest House, so that it doesn't get out and destroy humanity. You know, that old chestnut. One thing I will say though is, even though it's confined to one building, you would think that, you know, Traverso is going to be a bit samey after a while, but it actually isn't. They do a really cool thing where certain areas you'll have to neutralize the Hiss. They're sort of lit in like a dark red sort of light, so you know that's an overrun area. Once you resolve the threat, you can then go in and sort of, I can't remember the name for it off the top of my head, but you go in, you hold an X, you bring the area back under control of the bureau, as it were, and once you do that, you can look around you and the building starts to either fold in or unfold, sort of like concrete origami, or being inside a Rubik's Cube. It looks really cool. It's really visually stimulating as a game, and it adds new layers onto the Traverso, and it keeps the map fresh while keeping it confined to the same building. So it's a really interesting premise, and the execution is flawless. So yeah, that is basically as much as I have to say right now. Like I said before, I'm a couple hours into the game, so I'm going to try and hammer it out as quick as I can, try to understand the story, and then I will upload a final review video hopefully in the coming days, just with final thoughts on what the story was like, what the overall gameplay was like, how the pacing went, everything else. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you like this video, hit like, If you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I mean, why not? You'll probably only subscribe to a few hundred people anyway, what's one more? And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.